We're back. Sorry about that. We crashed. Give a moment to figure out where we're at here. Sorry about that. Still not showing up. Okay, looks like I'm gonna have to put this down, that down, and do another one. Because we're to reiterate for the last podcast for those who are catching a replay. Before the crash, we were talking about Team Kill's mod stance, and Cult Classic Cage had a statement. So if you bear with me, I will I'll have that statement out. So here we go. This is the statement. I know it's pretty small because it's very long, right? So I asked Colt in a DM on Discord about her statement. I said, "Hey Colt, what was the real reason Team Kill wasn't going to put Code Violet on PC? I remember you told Hypnotic the source. I'm covering it. So hold on, let me fix that. This is why I have everything set preset, and I hate crashes. So bear with me. We'll get it. We're going to cover the goodies here in a second. Give me a moment. So that should be good enough. So I say, remember I can't find a source, but I'm covering it tomorrow and like to have a source when mentioning it. Naturally, I'll credit you with the discovery. Now, I told her I promised I wouldn't show her username, so I'm not. But I'm showing her name she uses. This is Cult Classic Cage. Also great, great, individual. Great content creator. I watch her a lot. And sometimes we disagree with each other, but we're all supportive of each other. But so shout out to her for this, all right? Because she said I had permission to share this. The reason why Code Violet devs are throwing shade at the PC is because they're asset flip garbage games that don't sell on PC when the Steam return policy. They depend on PlayStation's no refund policy in order to continue to make asset flip garbage. These devs were console warring on Twitter back when they were about to release Quantum Error, saying that the game wasn't possible without the power of the PS5 SSD, to which some fanboys got behind, only to find out Quantum Error was garbage altogether. Then they released The Sun and Bone, and a year later, it was only like 4 people played the game on Steam. Now, a year after Cold Violet is coming out. Just to give you and Smash the lowdown on the real reason why people want to dunk on them, they aren't woke, they aren't getting exclusivity money. The Team Kill media devs are literally just clowns making Unreal Engine 5 asset flip garbage yearly and then say stupid shit on Twitter to go viral and get weirdo PlayStation fanboys to champion the so-called exclusive to PS5. Yes, that's how pathetic these cocksuckers are. That's why I said Hypno. The thing is, there isn't going to be a source talking about why they are truly doing what they're doing, because all it is an educated guess on why they do what they do, because if you look at Sony's refund policy versus Xbox or Steam, it is different by a lot. Their games are low-quality garbage, asset flip nonsense. Their games would get no attention unless they come up with some nonsense like that gets them attention. There's no proof of a deal with Sony, so they would never, LOL. They have lied in the past to sell their last game. So I want to put that out because obviously there's a source. Now there's a source. It's Colt's own words on her educated guess, which would make sense. You have 2 hours to refund a game in Steam, right? And I don't have a PlayStation account, so I'm gonna take her word for it for the no refund policy. But it seems like that would make sense, which goes into what I said about the dangers of political grandstanding in a game, right? They don't make good games. Some people have stated they don't like your games, and they do something like this to garner attention. All right, that's why people do this. This eccentric, hello. So, yeah, that's Team Kill's Code Vein's actual reason. While they say they don't want porn mods in the game, and they make excuses about Rule 34. While yes, you don't actually own the digital media that you have, right? You don't own the games that you have. You bought a license for. We covered that in one video earlier last year. I've always stand for the fact that if you buy a game, you bought it for the intention of owning it. That's your copy of the game, and should be able to do whatever you want. That does not mean that the developers are disrespecting their voice actresses and voice actors and the artistic vision. That means the people who are modding it and could be seen as disrespect, but that's their copy of the game. That's their digital copy. So I understand the legalese sense that that's not their copy, but I always stand for the fact that if you bought the game, digital or not, that's your copy, and it should still be your copy. Because what happened when they took down, if you bought the digital copy game, there was a racing game that got shut down, and people went to court over it, and big old deal on that one. I had to go find that one because it just popped in my head when I was talking about this. So think it for you will. You can say that they are an anti-modding stance, or they're using that to gain awareness. So there's your 5 minutes of fame. And grandstanding on modding to get attention for people to buy their game. All right. So we'll see if that cost was worth it for them and later on. That being said, I'm going to put this down now. And let's see who's everyone here. So everyone's coming back in. We had this eccentric over on the kicks. People are asking what happened. Well, my system crashed. I had to restart the whole computer. Luckily, when I restarted the computer, my tabs were here, so I don't have to redo anything. You also put Lavistro really, so why not? Yeah, and I was hoping not to be this long. I was really hoping, but there's a lot of news to cover. But on the plus side, this is something for you pro modders out there. Uh-oh. Why are we doing this? Hold on. Oh, that's why. There we go. So this is from Niche Gamer. Hogwarts Legacy will officially support mods with new update. This was on January 27th of this year. Publisher Warner Bros. Games published lately labeled Portkey Games developer Avalanche Software has announced they are officially going to support modding for Hogwarts Legacy on PC. Hogwarts Legacy is getting a free update on January 30th that will add official mod support for the PC version of the game, all supported by CurseForge. Here's a rundown on the new mod support as well as a new trailer. Beginning January 30th, Steam and Epic Games Store players can download the latest patch to easily access and download available mods directly from the main menu in the game. And those who want to create their own mods can do so with Hogwarts Legacy Creator Kit available for free on the Epic Games Store. CurseForge, one of the world's largest repository of mods, add-ons, and for video games, will be hosting and moderating the Hogwarts Legacy mods. The Hogwarts Legacy Creator Kit will support modding new quests, dungeons, and character enhancements such as cosmetic skins. The mods can then be submitted through CurseForge platform to be published on the game. Providing details on the integrated modding system, Hogwarts Legacy developer Avalanche Software conjured up a new video that discusses what players can expect and showcases some of the studio's favorite mods that will be available when the feature launches next month. Highlighted in the video is the Dungeons of Doom mod, a dungeon pack with combat and hidden secrets, as well as all new broom replacement mods, expanded character creation, outfit customization, and more. A Steam or Epic Games Store account linked to a Warner Bros. Games account will be required to access the official log of Hogwarts Legacy mods. And I kind of don't do that as much as possible.
Hey everyone, Chandler Wood here, Community Manager at Avalanche Software, and I'm incredibly excited to finally announce that official modding is coming to Hogwarts Legacy in our next free update. That's right, we're opening the doors and we can't wait to see what you come up with. Wait, Chandler, what exactly is modding? Well, I'm glad you asked, Chandler. Modding is the ability for you, our amazing community of players, to create and play custom content in Hogwarts Legacy. But Chandler, isn't modding usually complicated? It doesn't have to be. We've made it easy for everyone. It's all simplified with official tools provided by us. For mod creators, you'll be able to get the official Hogwarts Legacy Creator Kit free on the Epic Games Store. The Creator Kit provides powerful tools right at your fingertips, allowing you to flex your inner developer, like the ones here at Avalanche, and conjure the magic with custom mods that other players can enjoy too. If you're already dreaming up new mods, connecting your CurseForge and WB Games accounts will let you easily upload your creations directly into Hogwarts Legacy for other players to enjoy. And for players to use these mods, our in-game mod manager makes finding, downloading, and installing mods as easy as casting Alohomora. So what's possible with modding? Whether it's adding small touches like hairstyles or character cosmetics, or diving deep with gameplay changes like new dungeons and quests, I'm excited for what I've seen so far. In fact, we've been working with some incredible mod creators ahead of launch to make sure you'll have some really cool things ready to play with right from day one.
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time.
All right, so let's talk brooms. Why settle for a standard sweeper when you can fly on something a little more creative? How about transforming your broom into a dragon spine, a phoenix, or even a vacuum cleaner as an homage to a few other witches?
Whoa, yeah.
And we'll have fresh ways to customize characters. Want long braids, Kelpie-inspired clothes, or maybe Hogwarts house outfits in new styles like Kraken or Periwinkle? Done, now you've got it. Want new gameplay challenges to tackle? How about a brand new endless dungeon experience with constant combat and hidden paths? Check out the Dungeon of Doom mod. Feeling whimsical? There's a brand new magical creature fetch quest.
Wait.
But this is just the beginning. Now is where you come in. Our modding tools give you the ability to create these new quests, design custom dungeons, and make an assortment of cosmetic changes. I, for one, have always thought it would be cool to ride a dragon, or have a beard as a 5th year, or even modding our very own Andrew Quorum into a picture frame or 2, or 3, or 4, or 10. Mods make my bad Photoshop a thing of the past, and in-game dreams a reality. Yeah! Modding is the next stage of Hogwarts Legacy, and we're excited to put it in the hands of our community. That's you! Aww. To see what you create, get ready to conjure the magic. Official modding support and the Hogwarts Legacy Creator Kit releases on January 30th. We can't wait to embark on this magical new journey with you. Bye.
And that's the video for the Hogwarts Legacy mod update. I personally,
what exactly is?
I personally like the idea of a dragon. I mean, that would be awesome. I love dragons, so flying a dragon on a mod, that'd be awesome. So yeah, there's some news for you guys that love modding in the modding community of the gaming news spectrum. So let's see. Where did we leave on the catch up? Well, we were covering the Cult Classic Cage statement that I've already mentioned right now regarding Team Kill's actual reason, because they were granting our mods, which led us into the Hogwarts Legacy mod. So it was a nice little branch off into. Metro Awakening is set for late? No, but I'll take your word for it. Freedom Fighter. Take your word for it. Let's see. Next, I want to cover some upcoming games. And this one, the first one we're going to do is also for Niche Gamer. If it decides it wants to show. There we go. So Breakart 3 launches in spring 2025. Publisher Activism and developer Mercury Smith announced a release window for Breakarts 3, the newest entry in their mech battle racing series. Breakarts 3 is set to launch sometime in the spring for Windows PC. A playable demo will launch in the latest Steam Next Fest in February 2025, which is coming up. Which runs from 2024 to March 3rd. Here's the rundown on a previously announced game. The breathtaking battle racing game has finally broken through the limitations of the race. It has been completely revamped as an all-rounded robot competitive sports game. Robot customization now has even more freedom and more options than ever. In destruction, there is beauty. Breakarts 3, BA3 for short, is a mech customizing all-rounded competitive sports action game that features the following. This is called back-of-the-box features. This is like your this is also part of your high concept, right? So when you start making a game, you're saying, this is what we're going to tell the audience what our scope is. What this is going to be, this is going to lay the foundation of the scope of our game. This is what's going to sell the game, right? So in their back of the box is incredibly detailed customizing options where anyone can make their own unique robots, strategic decisions that challenge you to customize robots suitable for the terrain, environment, and game plan, and also put your skills as a pilot to the test. Stunning graphics in a photo mode with all sorts of handy functions. Customization-centric gameplay, enter competitions, and earn prize money to unlock blueprints for new modules and machines. If you're having a hard time defeating your rivals, it's time to customize your robot. Create your very own custom combination and strategy to tackle every situation, and you'll emerge victorious. What waits at the end of all your battles? So that's something to look forward to. You can play a demo on the 24th. So that's something that's coming out. And then we got this from Browning in the comments. I actually got to interview Mike Laidlaw during my time in college. So he told me what makes a game. What makes a game a game, and he was also one like the creative director for DragonCast Acquisition. He also wrote for Jade Empire, right? So he was like one of the Bauer OG guys. Well, not Bauer OG, but you get the idea. He was responsible for some of the storylines in the series. But anyways, it goes, Eternal Strands is an upcoming action-adventure game from Yellow Brick Games, a studio formed by industry veterans including Mike Laidlaw, who you might know from the creative director from Dragon Age Origins. The game is bound to defy genre standards with its physics-based interactions, which will allow players to manipulate the environment in the most creative ways. Is it enough to interest you? A playable demo will be available on Steam on January 21st, while the full game is set for release on January 28, 2025. Oh, so it's already released now. Okay. I didn't see that part. For those in the introduction, Yellow Brick Games was founded by Mike Laidlaw, Jess Galsky, Thomas Giroux, and Frederick St. Laurent B. in 2020. Laidlaw is a former creative director at Dragon Age Series 2 after Bioware joined Ubisoft. However, that adventure didn't last long as he left the Fallen Giant after his authority-inspired RPG codenamed Avalon was canceled. The project faced multiple rejections in 2019, ultimately leading to Laidlaw's departure in January 2020. Laurent was with Ubisoft Quebec for years, working on major titles like Assassin's Creed Syndicate and Far Cry 5. They united for one goal to focus on smaller, unique projects like Eternal Strands. That said, Eternal Strands draws from inspiration from a number of notable titles, but blends into a unique adventure. Developers decided Zelda, The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and Tears of the Kingdom as art direction and gameplay design inspiration, which is more than obvious from what it's seen in pre-release trailers. And we'll see the pre-release trailer here in a moment. However, it also takes cues from Capcom's Monster Hunter and its progression system and expedition-based gameplay. On another note, unlike traditional RPGs, there's no XP system, and player progression depends on looting and crafting, while combat is unique in many ways. The player will have access to a plethora of abilities, including Flame, Frost, and Kinetic Magic, that will set her enemies ablaze, freeze them in their tracks, or launch projectiles. How players defeat an enemy determines on the materials they collect. For instance, using fire attacks on a creature with fur will burn and destroy the fur, leaving it as unavailable as loot. So that's pretty interesting. If you need more convincing players to take on the role of Brent, a warrior seeking the secrets of the ancient Enclave citizens, Bryn is armed with magical cloak, granting her all the formation abilities, but also it goes beyond combat. You can burn obstacles and create desolate landscapes of once lush areas, create ice bridges by freezing the water, and use telekinetic powers to cross vast distances or hurl objects at enemies. So here we go. Exploration is on another level as Bryn is able to scale any surface, reminiscent of Tears to the Kingdom, exploration, and player interaction with the world. Eternal Strands is one of the indie titles that proves independent games can stand shoulder to shoulder with AAA games. Don't miss the chance to experience it early with the playable demo available on Steam starting January 21st before its full release January 28, 2025 for PC, PS5, Xbox Series X, and Xbox Series S. And for those who are wanting to know, here's the trailer.
All my life, I was dreaming about becoming a point. To do it alongside a renowned Weaver band, it's a chance to make history.
The Surgeborn. They've had us on our back foot for decades. Ever since our people have been in crisis.
Our Weaver band is here to help. We're ready for anything, no matter what happens.
Best to assume the worst. This could mean an all-out war.
You sure she's ready for all of this?
Your reckless conduct has unleashed an enemy that nearly destroyed us 27 years ago.
Let's not lie to each other. I like you.
Can't say the feeling's mutual. I still believe in the dream of the Enclave. If it takes us to restore it, I'm up for that challenge.
That was pretty cool, I think. Oh wait, were y'all able to hear it? Let me make sure. I think I just messed up here. Oh, okay. All right, so y'all were able to hear it. All right, but yeah, I think that was pretty cool. It's a pretty high stylized environment. I can see what they're meaning with the references, and looks like a pretty interesting game. So that's actually released now, so it's no longer upcoming. But let's talk about these revenge-style slicing mechanics from any level. Check out Tonin, a Unity-powered indie title with bosses and battles, changing season anime-style ninjas. If you've got fond memories of slicing and dicing cyborgs in Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, then this upcoming game will surely take you back to that glorious era. Check out Tonin, a Unity-powered open-world sci-fi action game being developed by a Japanese indie developer known as Awesome with the help of their friends. Set in medieval Japan, the game's main selling point is the ability to cut the enemies and environmental objects such as trees and boulders into myriads of tiny pieces. You can also pull these objects closer to the player character and kick them after slicing, with the potential to damage enemies and directly affect gameplay if kicked in the correct direction. Additionally, the game features an anime-style ninja as its main protagonist, epic boss battles, stealth mechanics, and changing seasons with lush green summer and yellow-red palette for a fall, having already been showcased by Tonin developers. Recently, this team showcased Tonin's cutting mechanic by demonstrating how you can cut bamboo in the game. Despite how it was perceived by the community, it wasn't intended as a jab at Assassin's Creed Shadows, and its bamboo slicing tech recently shown by Stefan Tiltito. My apologies, I don't mean to belittle AC in this post. As the creative person, I respect UBI and their team, developer clarified. Well, I don't think it matters if you meant to or not. The fact that yours is better, like people are talking about it and stuff, as an alternative to Assassin's Creed Shadows, people at Ubisoft and people that are shilling for Ubisoft that probably never buy a game would probably see this as a offense. But if your game is good, it is good. That's all that matters. You shouldn't apologize for creating a game. You say if you're offended by this, then if you're offended, you think I'm taking a jab, if you're offended by this, then that's more, it says more about you than it says me, because I'm not, that didn't say I'm taking a jab at this. I'm saying this is my game. Going forward, Awesome aims to launch a Kickstarter campaign around May to support Tonin's production. In the meantime, you can follow the developer on Twitter so as to not miss any future updates. And then there's a real treat I want to share because I love dragons, right? I've mentioned it so many times. I think people know that by now. But I wanted to share this Fierce Dragon created with Blender because I wanted, like, I remember Blender being like discount Maya. That was trade on Maya, and when I was trading on Blender was not really. I would make the joke that you get what you pay for, and since you pay for enough for Blender, it's not that good. But Blender has come a long way. But here, 80 level has shown a Fierce Dragon created with Blender for dark fantasy game inspired by Bloodborne and Shadow of the Colossus. So here it is, right? Artist and developer known for Slim Ram continues going forward toward their dream. A dark fantasy Souls-like game inspired by such legends as Bloodborne and Shadow of the Colossus. Not long ago, we saw a winged tree-like boss that should be as difficult as Belina, and now you can help with the developer by choosing which color you like best on the powerful dragon Slim represented, which will also be part of the experience. Right? Creating a boss more Souls-like. These are the color tones to choose from. There are several colors tones to choose from, and perhaps it's your favorite that will take you into the game. Just like with the boss lady, the dragon was created using Blender. So if you're curious about the project, as you can find Theme Realm's other works on Reddit and ArtStation. And when I cut this from the live stream into its own clip, I will have the clip in the description for where you can find it. All right, but here's some of the bosses. We don't know as much about the game yet, except its lore flirts a lot of trees of ancient winged creatures and will feature an open world setup in Unreal Engine. And well, here's what he's showing, and I love this. There's no sound, but I wanted to show this part here. I thought it was pretty cool in the detail. Right? You can see the hole where the fire would go for the mouth. It kind of reminds me of Reign of Fire, because Reign of Fire did the same thing. And if you watch Dragonheart, it comes for the nose, right? So here they're saying it actually comes through the mouth. It has little, they actually made that detail, which I thought that was pretty cool. There's another color. I think it's another. Is that another color tone? Or is it the same one? No, it's the same color tone. Okay. So just showing the dragon's roar or fire breath, whichever you want to call it. And here's another color change cone. That's actually pretty different. So yeah, that's what's going on, and he's letting people decide what they want. For those who don't know, you're gonna look for if you can't wait. If you have a Reddit account, you're gonna look for R Blender and Sleep Rain Official. Okay, so I was just impressed with the way Blender is growing, because I hadn't bothered with thing, and here seeing this, like, wow, that's actually Blender. That's actually pretty good, because you used to be able to tell if something was made from Blender versus Maya, and Blender one seemed very clayish, very cheap looking. So I was not very a big fan of it. So yeah, those are the games coming up releases. Now we're gonna go talking to Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. That's coming up next, and some more news came out, and I get tired of this because people are freaking out about a Embracer group, blah 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 blah. Right? So we're going to talk about it because it came out this morning. So give me a moment to pull that up. There we go. So this came out earlier. I noticed it earlier this morning, so I added it in here. The most comical of the recent conspiracy theories I've heard here every day is that Embracer Group is brought by BlackRock, and they forced me to put DEI in KCD2. Here's the official ownership structure of Embracer. Do you see BlackRock anywhere? And wait, do you wait till you found out who Savvy is. And he's making a joke about Savvy. Just to be clear, I've had some people say this to me. OP isn't talking about me. He's talking about the Saudi game group that invests in the game companies. So, anyways, the most comical of the recent controversy theories I hear every day, like you said, right? You can see Vanguard's number 9, right? With 2.5% shares and stuff like that, and 1 point in a vote. Large Wingford AB has the majority of the vote according to his top 10 here. And I think people are missing the point of the argument. Because we all know what BlackRock and Embracer, and we've covered this so many times. Like, we know they promote ESG scores. But his argument is they don't have that high of an influence, or Vanguard doesn't have that high of an influence. And his argument is these are the top 10. We're like, oh, he's not showing BlackRock. I say, yeah, he's showing the top 10. Right? I even had this argument with Hypnotic. I said, we got to be careful here, because if it comes out it's not woke, then you got to apologize. I expect people to apologize for it. Right? I expect people to apologize for it. And they're not, because they're going to be too proud in their ego. Right? That's the price of political grandstanding, of political activism. Right? Because now we're trained that when we think something's woke, when we see someone say this is woke, what happens? We are quick to judge. But here's the part of the argument people are failing to see. So I'm gonna come back to this, but I'm gonna show a friend of mine I follow, Old Man Grimm. No, they said BlackRock and Vanguard. Oh, look, who is that number 9 position? Vanguard. And yes, you're missing the argument. All right, like you're missing the argument. I don't have it in here. Do I? Nope. Okay, so. Give me I'm just going to tell you the argument says I beat this over there. I'm not apologizing. I am not defending. I'm not on anyone's side here. I'm looking at the text that Daniel Barber said. Okay, the most comical of these conspiracy theories I hear every day is that Embracer Group was bought by BlackRock and they forced me to put ECD2. So his argument here is Embracer was bought by BlackRock. They forced me to put DEI here. All right. Now, I know where people saying that Vanguard is owned by BlackRock, and yes, we all know that, right? We all know that. But his argument here is that they forced him to put DEI in KDCT2, right? That's what the whole premise is that people are forgetting, is that he's not denying that there's ownership in there, right? You can say, well, here's official ownership, but do you see BlackRock anywhere? Okay, yes. All right. And people can say, well, BlackRock owns Vanguard. Yes, we know this. Now we're going into red herring curve. We're going off the track, right? And as you can see, I say I'll try to squeeze in my podcast tonight. If people say, yeah, does Vanguard stay with BlackRock? Yeah. And they have 1% of votes. So he acknowledges it. So right here, he acknowledges that he knows Vanguard and BlackRock are the same. Hi, Sergeant Garatina. So he goes, this guy goes, it's useless to explain to some retards that you're not under pressure. That's the argument he's having. He's like, I'm not under any pressure. No one has forced me to do what decisions I've made. It's good to tell normal people who might have heard this bullshit somewhere. And remember, someone said bullshit that there's de novo in KCD2, which they came out and said there is none. If you go look at Steam, they don't have the warning in there that there's de novo. So obviously, that was a lie. Right? But he goes, I will also let some clickbait clown to smear me without consequences. So I'm telling people, you need to, if you are saying this game is woke without concrete evidence, that's my thing. And some people say, well, he said that he had one sense he's saying this. Okay, look, let's define what do we say what makes a game woke? When something that's in the story that does not deserve to be there, something that's in the game, in the story of the game, that does not deserve to be there, does not fit the game, right? We stated that, right? We also stated that it needs to have certain that you can't, like when you play the game, you can't go around it. So not only is it in the game that it shouldn't be there, but you can't work around it. You can't ignore it. You have to go through this. You have to experience, like that's the lesbian scene, right? That was a big issue, right? You couldn't skip that, or you were preached down to in the game, right? You were preached down to in the story. It's repetitive, beat and drivel. And what happened to those games, right? People came in defense of Daniel Barber because he was attacked for many years, and people say, "Oh, now he's betraying us." All right, I'm not saying he has, and I'm not saying he hasn't. I'm saying he is saying that he has been forced to do anything, and everything in that game is his vision. So he's saying he's taking full responsibility, and his defense is that BlackRock Vanguard only has about 2.54%. Like he obviously said 1.8% of the votes. Okay, here, just right here, 1.87. So here you go, right? But he's saying people are smearing him without consequences. He's not going to let that happen. So he's saying everyone is lying and smearing his name. And I'm telling people, you better come clean. Like he already said that he's not being forced. His argument is that he's not forced. Everything in the game is his. That is his vision. There are 3 acts to this game. All right? 3 acts to this game. And no one forced him, right, to put what he puts in there. So that means that he's taking full responsibility. That's what that means. No one forced him. This is what he wanted in the game. This is what his plan was all along. All that stuff. And people say, "Oh, this game's going to fail." This and that. We've seen it grows up. Here's the thing. You don't have to play the game. You don't have to do anything. A man is only as good as his word, and his word is defined by his actions. In the past, Daniel has set out against wokeness. He's made a great game. We just got done with Kingdom Come Deliverance 1. So, personally, I believe he has earned this rare opportunity from me to say, okay, I will give you the benefit of a doubt. I believe that everyone should give him a benefit of doubt. When people say, "Oh, it's woke," I'm going to say, yeah, here's why. It's like he said this, and clearly I couldn't skip Henry's gay scene. I had to see Brokeback Mountain 1400s Bohemia live on screen, and I had to censor. I had to shut down the screen so we could skip past that. So I would get my stream demonetized. I couldn't skip it. This black guy made no sense why he was there. There was no the whole backstory didn't make sense to me. I don't know why they put him in there. There was not even an argument for historical context in this sense. Henry, I wanted to romance this girl, but no, I had to romance Hans Capon, Lord Capon, and I was the bottom for this guy, and this guy's like, I didn't want that. I was forced into that. That's why it's woke, because it was not. It made no sense. It contradicted its past lore. It contradicted its storyline. Then yeah, I would say it's woke. Have I said that? No, because I had not seen the story. I had not seen the script. I had not seen the gameplay. I had not even played the game. Now, if it comes out it wasn't woke, I expect the same thing for everyone else. We are not Kotaku Yurless. We should not double down and try to find excuses to believe ourselves. I actually went into an argument on Dimion's video, which you can find out earlier when I went on and I said, just because someone is using clout, and that's what I saw, because there was no evidence on his guy who claimed he was an investor, and it came out it was an internet troll. And when I looked on his friends list, there were people that were for and against DIE. All right, so it wasn't done in due diligence. So the argument is, he's saying he wasn't forced. So the only way we're going to find out is by playing the game or watching people play the game. And if it comes out that he lied, well, he lost all credibility. He lost all credibility because that's the concrete evidence in the game. Will he get our money? Will he get a lot of money? Yes, because the stocks are rising. But people will definitely, if they find out it's woke within 2 hours after buying it, they're going to return it. They're going to request refunds, and Act 3 will not get a lot of sales because he betrayed his audience. He betrayed his base. So this is what we have to be careful of, because you got game developers shutting down, you got new journalists shutting down, and they're realizing that their narrative doesn't sell. So they're going to start accusing things that they know we're not going to like, because it's obviously there's more of us to make the games we want to succeed fail. So they have a new narrative. They want, and us YouTubers being the new media, just because we're new media does not mean we can dictate things. We have to remember that we have to judge games on their actions. And we can sit here and argue, but I think someone is, in Phil Artillery had this expression, someone is shooting high angle and someone's shooting low angle when it comes to an argument, right? So someone reads this and and they're thinking, okay, we're saying that he's owned by BlackRock, and he's just acknowledging Vanguard is part of BlackRock. And he's shooting low angle, saying, no one forced me to put DEI in my game. I acknowledge it's in the game. I was transparent with you. So there's two arguments being met. It's either people don't want to admit to the fact that there's a possibility he is woke and he is transparent about his stuff, or something else. I don't know. So to people that are worried about this and don't want to waste money, here's what I recommend. You don't have to watch me eat, all right? I'm going to be streaming the game when it comes out. Hypnotic says he's going to be streaming it. Edemion says he's going to be streaming it, or playing it and reviewing it. So wait for those things to come out, all right? Or if you know a friend that's playing it, ask them about it. You don't have to get it opening night. You don't have to pre-order the game, right? Let the market decide. And if it shows he's woke, like I said, he will destroy himself. But it also it can backfire. If it proves it's not woke, in my opinion, it could destroy the reputations and brands of people with form. And I hope they don't pull a Melanie Mac and double down like JDA, John Trent, and Melanie Mac and all of them. That's going to cause another controversy. We don't need that. All right. That being said, I decided y'all needed a treat. So take a behind the scenes look at Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 CGI trailer. So this is the behind the scenes, but just to show the what you're gonna see.
Peggy 18.
Let's go ahead and enjoy the video.
Peggy 18.
This is the launch. All right, so that's the original. That's the final production of the trailer. Here's the behind the scenes how they made it. All right. See, that was just something I wanted to show. I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but just show how they make games. It was kind of nice. But here's a goodie. I was mentioning goodies, right? Here's a goodie that I saw, and I figured y'all might like to see it. That is beautiful. Beautiful craftsmanship. Yeah, you can buy it. You can get that sword. So, if you're a sword collector and you like objects like that, like I do, I actually ordered one. So, yeah, but yeah, that's the official Sword of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. You can find it on Wolfram Pagan Shop. When I cut this video out for my news content this week, I will have the link in the description. So please give them a like. Please give them a like. Also, in case people are wondering, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 will be available on Steam Deck. Take Henry's journey and go for the medieval behemoth wherever you may roam. All right. It's officially playable on Steam Deck. Take Henry's journey. Blah, 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 blah. Right. So just in case people are wondering that it's on Steam Deck. But I posted on Twitter yesterday. But I'm going to give credit where credit's due. So I post on here because I want to show myself. Warhorse Kingdom Studios Kingdom Come Deliverance has released their global release times for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 on their subreddit r Kingdom Come. If you plan on playing the game, there you go. If you're waiting to see, keep an eye on your favorite streamer. So I'm still staying consistent. Keep keep an eye on it, right? So here's the global release times. You can pause if you want to see it. We're gonna go talk about somewhere else. Here's the Reddit. So credits due or credits deserved, right? Preload times, Xbox Series. We're gonna get into that. People are actually excited about it, right? So Game Rant, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 release times for preload. What time does it show up? Kingdom Deliverance 2 is one of the most anticipated releases of 2025. Judging by early reactions, fans of the original medieval masterpiece and newcomers alike are in for an all-time great RPG experience with the sequel. Almost every aspect of the game is said to be improved on with bigger and better promise stated from the start. Fans eagerly waiting to jump back into medieval Bohemia and carry on Henry's journey will naturally be wondering what time KCD2 releases in their respective time zones. There's a lot of questions of whether it's possible to preload KCD2 in order to play from the off. What time will it be released? Kingdom Come Season 2 releases on February 4th, 2025, although for players in Japan and Australia, for example, it will already be the 5th when they can press play. The exact time for release in Prague, where Studios is based, is 1700 CST, but players can check the table below to see what time KCD2 releases in their location. So, LA, PST, 4 February. Phoenix Mountain Standard Time, 9th. Chicago Central Standard Time, 10 a.m. So, is it AM or PM? I'm going to see AM because they're doing military time here. New York EST, 11 a.m. Sao Paulo BRT, 1300, so 1 p.m. Like, there you go. Like, if you want to know for me, that means I could play it. I'm in CST at 10 a.m., which means that February 4th at 10 p.m., we will be starting Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. For those who purchased the Gold Edition or are interested in future expansion packs, there's no definite release date for the ECLCs, but there's a roadmap. So I had the Gold Edition. You preload the Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 and win. Players who want to get back on the road of Henry as soon as possible will be glad to know it is possible to preload Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 on all platforms. This feature is meant that the game can be installed beforehand, which is especially used for those with slow internet. So you can preload it now for Xbox, but you won't be able to play it. PlayStation 5, you can do it on February 2nd, so that's tomorrow at 08 PST. And for everyone else, Steam PC, 3rd of February, so the day before at 8 a.m. PST, 1700 or 5 p.m. CST, exactly one day before release. All right, so I will. I should be able to confirm to you the day before we play Kingdom Come Deliverance if I was able to preload it And that would mean that we would confirm Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 will be on launch on Wednesday for us. But that's all I had for DragonCast. Like I said, it was a very long. We actually had a little too long. I do apologize for everybody. We did have people already leave for Hypnotic. So I hope y'all come back for the replays and stuff. Because we did have a little hiccup and all this other stuff. But there you go. I'm going to wait for to stream the game to reserve judgment on if the game is woke or not. I'm not saying that the way Daniel Vavra had, like I said, has. And I've always been saying this, so I'm just going to repeat it in case someone says, "Oh, you never say it," and they don't watch my other videos. I'm not defending Daniel Vavra. I'm not saying that the way he handled things was appropriate, but I think that's just his personality. Because he is very consistent. He focuses on his game. And he has been apparently honest so far with us. So if Kingdom Come Deliverance comes out and it shows that it was woke, people are, like I said, people are forgetting. He said no one forced him to put things in what it is, what's in there. So if it is woke, that was his decision. So that means he's a grifter, he's a liar, and he'll be exposed for it. But if he's not grifting, if he's not lying, and it's not woke, and there's a reason why those things are in there based on the story, then people need to swallow their ego and their pride, or else become like Melanie Mac, Ubisoft, EA Games, Kotaku, for political activation, for jumping to conclusions. And that's the price, right? That's the price we pay for politics. We should always, in closing thoughts, we should always consider the merits of the argument. We should always judge a game based on the merits of the game. We can always see things from we can always tell before a game comes out based on its established titles if it's going to be woke, because we have an MO to look at. We have a patterns of history. Right? But if the person is coming out and saying, being honest and forthcoming, and it's the same person who's been respectful to fans, even though there's red flags, I personally believe that we should always give that person a chance, right? A benefit of the doubt. And when the evidence of his product and game shows that he has bent the knee, it's what a lot of people are afraid of. Then he deserves to pay the price for his political activism, or her price, or their price. As we've seen, such politics does not deserve to be in games, but it's done well, like Baldur's Gate 3, for example. And respectful, not forced, it can succeed. That being said, this is there's still an outro still, because it's been a crazy week. But please feel free to put your comments below, and hope to see you on launch date for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and next Saturday, where we cover more news, tips, and tricks. That being said, if you haven't subscribed already and you feel like I've earned your subscription, please subscribe, send a like, and see y'all later on tonight at 10 p.m. for more Kingdom Come Deliverance. We're going to continue on with the DLCs. It's Runts. Hello, we're actually shutting down, but I'll give you a highlight. But yes, we had a podcast, a very long podcast, and it crashed. We had to come back to it, so now we're wrapping it up. But you can feel free to watch it. I'm gonna try. I'll come by tomorrow or later this week to put chapters as I'm editing the content. But yeah, you can always feel free. Like this video here doesn't cover a lot of the wokey news. This covers like future game releases coming out. One, for example, is played by Mike Laidlaw, one of the creative directors of Dragon Age Origins. So there's a lot of good news in here. And the whole premise was the dangers of political activism, as we all know. But yes, thank you all for coming. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll see you tonight for Kingdom Come Deliverance, where we continue on with some of the DLCs. We're going to finish the nun story thing about the Virgin Mary thing. And then we're probably going to do the Rete tournaments, give you all some action, some tournaments. And Sunday night is Phasmophobia. Again, we do this. We do the weekly challenge for 8 out of 10 for the weekly challenge achievements. And then Wednesday and Tuesday, we might just run around if we don't have any more DLCs to do. We might just run around crazy and do random stuff to unlock achievements. So that being said, this is Lavistro, the Dragon of Cyberspace. Happy game.